Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Beluga Whale, and this is the first episode of Why Did I Lose? And in today's episode, I'll be playing Trundle. Alright, before we hop into the gameplay, I'm going to show my runes and masteries real quick. And if you would like to see me make a breakdown of them, then let me know and I might make a Trundle guide in the future. But here are the runes, and here are the masteries. Alright, so we're loading into the game, and first off, I'd like to say I didn't really mean for this episode to be about Trundle. I actually had an Echo gameplay that I was going to use for, but somehow that replay didn't get saved. So this is the game we have. And as you saw, the champion matchups, Trundle is kind of a pocket pick, I guess you could call him, for the jungle. But I chose him for a specific reason this game. Trundle actually counters Darius pretty hard, just kit to kit, because Trundle's Q, if you didn't know, steals attack damage when he uses it. And then the whole reason that Darius's kit is so strong is because when he's at 5 stacks, he gains a lot of bonus attack damage. So if Trundle's stealing attack damage, then that helps him. Trundle's ult was also really good here versus Rammus on their team. If you don't know what Trundle's ult does, it steals percentage resistances from the enemy. So since it's a Rammus, I would get a lot of armor by ulting him, and then that in turn is going to help me deal with Darius and Jinx. So overall, I thought the pick was pretty justified, but I don't play Trundle that much. I do play him some, and he is kind of a weird pick. He's not necessarily the best champion right now, but that's just me explaining my champion pick. So right off the bat, I went ahead and started with a health pot and a mana pot, because Trundle, if you didn't know, has really high sustain. And that's because of his passive. His passive is King's Tribute, and whenever something dies near Trundle, then he heals for a percentage of its maximum health. So if something with a lot of health dies near you, then you're going to get a lot of health returned. I'm going to start at Raptors here, because one, Trundle can start wherever he wants because of his sustain. And two, I was looking to gank Darius really early, because I don't want him to get ahead, because as you guys probably know, Darius is a really powerful pick right now. So I went ahead and started at Raptors, cleared my red, and I'm going to clear these Krugs so that I hit level 3, and I'll have all of my abilities to gank. And I'll go ahead and slow it down. Darius is kind of overextending, so I come up to gank, and I lay down my Frozen Domain, and I hit a Pillar of Ice, which instantly causes Darius to flash, so already, that's a 1 gank. But then Renekton flashes in, and we get the kill, which I didn't really expect. That's why I was kind of walking away at first, but Renekton played that pretty well, and it was able to secure us the kill. Let me go ahead and turn off chat real quick. Okay, and moving on. So me and Renekton were able to get a kill on Darius early, which is exactly what I wanted. I want to go ahead and get Darius as behind as I can in order for my team to do better. But right now I'm going to keep clearing the jungle. I know that I have enough gold to go back and get my jungle item already. And one thing to note is that every camp that you kill without having your jungle item means that you're getting less gold for it, because the rank 2 jungle item gives you an additional 30 gold when you kill a monster, and this only gives you 15. But here, Darius was kind of overextended trying to fight Renekton, and then I come up for an easy punish, and then Rammus almost kills me, but I get away and it's no big deal. Rammus didn't have his flash, so, or he might have used it at the beginning of that, so we're all good. But as you may have noticed, my bot lane is actually doing pretty well. All the lanes are doing well. The only person that's died on our team so far is Vel'Koz. Now that I've got Renekton snowballed, like I have, I should be turning my focus towards bot lane, because I want to make sure that this Kog'Maw doesn't fall off, because Kog'Maw was really kind of a weak pick here. If Rammus ever gets to Kog'Maw, or Darius does, then he's guaranteed going to die. Same with Annie. So I really should be looking towards bot lane to try and snowball him. Here, Rammus comes, but as you can see, his smite isn't up. He could have stole it if his smite was up, but I figured it wasn't the way he was acting, so I just let my Vel'Koz get the blue. I definitely don't need it on Trundle. All you have to do on Trundle is buy mana pots, and then you're perfectly sustained for the jungle. So I'm going to go ahead and keep jungling. Here, their bot lane is kind of pushed halfway. I don't know what their ward coverage is, but I am coming in for a gank. I know that Rammus was there, but I don't fear Rammus very much, since I already have 2 kills. And here we go. Their bot lane's overextended. Thresh gets killed, but it doesn't matter because Jinx is going to die right after it. And then Renekton makes a good teleport play, and Annie actually gets a large stun, gets 3 of us stunned, so we're not able to follow up on that. Unfortunately, since Annie was here, we weren't able to pressure the dragon immediately afterwards. And as soon as Annie got that 3-man stun, we should have all left. There was no reason that anyone had to die there. I should have alerted my team towards that, but it's okay because Vel'Koz actually does roam down. And then that makes it to where it's not that bad a fight for us. But it's kind of going back and forth. Vel'Koz does manage to kill the Annie, which is really good for us. It means I got dangerous game. No, I didn't get an assist. But Kog'Maw got dangerous game, so he healed a little bit. He probably would have died if he didn't get it. And Vel'Koz gets another kill. So overall, it's looking like our team has a very large lead at this point. But as you know from the title of the series, this is a loss. So I'll talk about what we did wrong. There, Vel'Koz manages to get another kill, so he actually killed all 3 of the people that were bot. And since Rammus is dead, and I didn't know if he was going to be dead or not, but I knew he was going to be busy, so I call for the dragon, and we get the dragon, no problem. And right now, our team is very far ahead for 8 minutes. I mean, 2,000 gold at 8 minutes is a large bonus. But I'm going to go ahead and clear my Gromp and my Wolves, so that they'll be dead when I want to. I think I'm going to look to gank top here. Really, I shouldn't be looking to gank top. I should go grab my red after I back, and then go straight back to bottom to make sure that Kog'Maw still does well. Because as you saw, Vel'Koz got all the kills there, not Kog'Maw, so he's not as far ahead as we would want him to be. But I know that I'm probably going to go top because I was overly worried about this Darius. So we'll just see what happens. There's kind of a 2v3 going on top. And Vel'Koz almost manages to burst down their Rammus. And then Renekton overextends pretty harshly. But it's okay because he had a dash away, but then Darius flashed in. And then here, our Renekton definitely had a chance to live if he had just walked to the minions and used his Q. But he decided that he didn't think he was going to die. A lot of people underestimate Darius's passive like that. But whatever, I'm trying to focus on me, not on my teammates. So here, I'm 4-0-1. Our team is still 2,000 gold in the lead. And I need to be pressuring bot. It's pretty much the only thing I can keep focusing because even though my bot lane had a really good gank earlier, as you can clearly see, they are struggling. And Kog'Maw is kind of going to be the most important part of our team once it comes to late game. Because late game, all that Trundle does is he's a really good meat shield. He can take people out in 1v1s, but in team fights, all Trundle does is ult one person. His ult lowers their resistances, which means the team can kill him. And it raises Trundle's resistances so that he can tank a lot of damage. But that's all he's going to do. Here, Rammus is coming up to me, and I have my ult up, and I have Red Smite, so I know that I can kill Rammus. And we get into a fight. I didn't actually notice he flashed, so I placed my pillar, and I was really confused where he went. But I got his flash for free. Well, not for free, for my ult and my smite, but no big deal. And then here I'm going to clear this red. Rammus has to back after I almost killed him, and no one else is contesting. They don't have this warded, and I know that because I have the Raptor buff, so I'm going to come in for a gank on Annie. And Annie tries to just turn on Vel'Koz, but luckily she doesn't do that much damage yet. And then we're able to kill her, and Vel'Koz gets the kill. So, like I've said before, our team has a super big lead, and I should be focusing bottom. I finally start walking bottom to try to help them, but Kog'Maw has to back, so I have nothing to do here. I was actually looking for where my Raptors popped, and it was in this bush, and then by the time I get there, the board dies anyways, so I kind of wasted my red trinket there. But that's not that big a deal. I'm going to go ahead and secure this scuttle just because it's in my way and I can kill it. I want to give Vel'Koz my blue here, and he's just pushing up, and I think he's going to come. Yeah, he's on the way. So I'm going to give Vel'Koz the blue. I'm just killing the little creeps here because I want the money for it. And Vel'Koz would have probably killed him with his spells anyways. So I go ahead and finish those off. I'm going to gank bot now. We don't know that Rammus is around, but honestly, we should just be able to kill Rammus if he's there. We do have Vel'Koz here too. So we're going to try to force this. We kind of go too far in forcing it. Vel'Koz flashes forward, which was kind of risky. And all we managed to do here is kill Braum. We trade Braum for Thresh. But then I ult the Jinx, get the Jinx's flash. But then she had her passive from killing Thresh, so she was able to run. And here, Darius comes in, and then that results in them kind of closing up the gold lead. As you notice now, it's barely 1,000. It's like 900, and now it's 400. It's a 1 kill away now. They even up the gold lead, and basically the reason that went bad, I can rewind it a little bit, but the main problem is right here when we're deciding to gank. We should have looked at our team's availability of spells. No. Okay. We had a good fight here. Managed to catch the Braum. Renekton was actually looking to see if he teleported, decided he didn't have to, so he teleports top, and then as soon as Darius sees that that happened, Darius is going to teleport bot, and then that's where it all went down for us. Honestly, what I could have done different in that situation is let my Renekton know that we need him to come down, or disengaged as soon as we got the Braum, because we kind of overstayed when we didn't have to. We could have left it at the Braum and left. So that's a couple things I could have done differently. But overall, it was just bad communication between us and our Renekton, whether he had teleport ready to come down to us or not. So that happened, and then now they're caught up in gold. They barely behind by a few hundred, and our only way. The game's starting to look more grim. Their AD carry is stronger than ours, and their top lane stronger than ours, and their mid lane has a little more utility than ours. Vel'Koz does more damage up front, but it won't matter in team fights. And then here, let's slow this down. I told my team that Dragon was up in 20 seconds, and I was trying to secure vision, but unfortunately I was trying to do it by myself, and I didn't know that their whole team was there, and I thought I could take Braum and Jinx, but honestly what I should have done is see that my team wasn't responding to me asking for vision and immediately left. And I overstayed my welcome, and then I got punished for it. So they're going to take their first dragon. Our team tries to contest it, but it's kind of messy. Vel'Koz wasn't here at all, and our team's going in. But Vel'Koz does do a lot of damage. But like I said, it's messy. It doesn't matter. Thresh went in. They all went in one at a time. And we should have coordinated more to where they all went in at once, because you can even tell by the death timers. But I'll rewind it again, just for giggles, I guess. So Thresh is going to go in first when he hits a hook. Here it is. No. No. Okay, no. He's going to save Kog'Maw. Then Thresh is going to go in. Thresh is dead. Jinx gets the passive. Renekton's dead. And then Kog'Maw's dead. And it's because they all went in one at a time. If Renekton had gone in first, with Thresh and Kog'Maw in the back, and Vel'Koz following up soon after, that fight could have gone a lot better. And that's just something I could have told them. But here I see that their bot lane all left. Or their whole team left for some reason after they got the kill. They didn't take the dragon, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, because Trundle's pretty good at doing dragons. So I go ahead and clear it quickly. We still have a complete dragon advantage over them, so the game's not unwinnable at this point. It's just the only way we're going to win is if we get 5 dragons, probably. So I'm going to continue to farm. Renekton's kind of staying too far up to be versus a Darius, but that's not the point. I clear my Gromp and my Wolves, and I go back. I have my Blade of the Rune King. Now that I have Blade of the Rune King, this means that I can 1v1 Darius or even Rammus very easily if I need to. So at this point, I should be telling my team that we can split push with me versus Darius instead of Renekton, because 1, I can stop Darius' teleport if he tries it in front of me with my pillar, and 2, I can beat him in a 1v1, and I don't think Renekton's capable of it at this point. So their team got our turret mid, and our team, we didn't have enough team members there to contest it, so I just kind of stick around, get what farm I can, and then go to clearing the jungle. Here, our support in our mid lane are kind of underestimating Darius. Honestly, I could have probably saved them if I had left the Scuttle Crab earlier instead of finishing it off. So that was my bad, not coming mid immediately when I saw they were in danger. And yeah, so Darius got killed luckily, and we're just waiting. I'm going to go ahead and clear this because I know that they want to contest it. See, Annie almost stole it. And it's better. I would want Vel'Koz to have it originally, and if I had used my red trinket correctly, I could have seen where they had it warded. But it's better to be on me than on the enemy team, period. So that's why I took it there. Here, I was going to go clear my raptors, but I don't really need to be doing that right now. I see that my bot lane's in danger because they're kind of overextended, so I should have already been here. Me and Vel'Koz are going to come in, but Thresh gets insta-bursted, and at this point, since Thresh is already dead, we should just run back to the turret and defend what we can. But I kind of walk past their whole enemy team, and that results in me dying. But luckily, Vel'Koz is able to get a kill out of it. I think here, Vel'Koz and... Well... Actually, that went pretty well. It would have gone better. I could have played it better by walking this way to my turret, rather than past their whole enemy team. I kind of underestimated their damage. I think I still have my ult. I should have used my ult on Rammus, and I might have lived a little bit longer because it steals resistances, but overall, I just made a bad choice in walking this way rather than walking up. So, gold lead. We are a little bit behind. I think I've been saying this wrong. Have I been saying this wrong the whole game? I don't know. We're red team, and we are 3,000 behind, but as the game gets longer, the difference doesn't matter as much. But anyways, we need to be looking to ward up Baron, because it's 20 minutes, and even though most teams can't clear Baron at 20 minutes, if you get all 5 there, their team could definitely do it, so Baron's a risk. And we don't have a single turret bot, so that's where I should be looking. I should be letting my team know that that's the right things to be doing, either pressuring bot with a bunch of vision on Baron, or just pressuring the Baron, because we could do the Baron too. Either team could do the Baron, it just depends. But here Rammus comes in, and I go ahead and ult him at the beginning, because as I said, I do steal his resistances. This means that Rammus could have been killed by my team, probably, if they wanted to. And it made me harder for the enemy team to kill. So honestly, we could have traded me for Rammus there if my team had been on the same track, but I didn't let them know any of that. I didn't type in chat. And I kind of overstayed my welcome. We didn't have Renekton there again in that fight. And honestly, I shouldn't have tried to fight the Rammus. I'm pretty sure... I know the Rammus taunted me. I'll go ahead and back it up a little. Wherever I am. Here I am. Alright. Let's go ahead and get to where we're fighting. Rammus comes in. I ult the Rammus. And then I know he taunts me right here. But no, I guess I left as soon as I could. Alright, so long story short, I should have just not been there. And then, yeah, you've already seen all this. Our team didn't have Renekton, and we just lost a 4v5. So at this point, the match is looking pretty grim. My team tries to fight them again, because they all are really low, but unfortunately, we're just too far behind. And then here, I knew Kog'Maw was about to die. I should have pinged him back, because as soon as Jinx hit a zap, that meant that Kog'Maw was dead. But I do actually manage to let him have the kill by placing a nice timed pillar. But it's too little too late, to be honest. Our team's massively losing at this point, and the only way we're going to win is if we somehow secure 5 dragons, which we're not able to, or we're going to be 6 minutes behind at least since they took one. Or we're going to need to make some Baron play. So right now I'm going to farm up my whole jungle because I haven't cleared it in a while. And then here, Renekton, or Darius was kind of overstaying his bounds. We knew that his whole team had just done dragon. So there's 2 things that they could have done. They could have either backed, which I think they did do, or they could still be at dragon because we didn't see them with our wards leaving dragon. So one way or the other, Darius was way out of place, and me and Renekton punished him for it. But at this point, we have two teammates bot, and Baron is a threat. Like I said, it's been a threat for about 3 minutes. And here, I don't know why we're fighting this. We didn't have vision. The problem with this fight was that we started a fight without having any vision. And then here it looks like we're going to get away, but then Rammus has Righteous Glory. And I think about going back in to try and land some CC, but once again it's too little too late. Vel'Koz gets to kill Jinx, but Jinx killed Rammus and Renekton and Vel'Koz. So they came out a little ahead because they're still able to push even without their AD carry since we're 2 people down. So at this point, what I should be doing in team fights is probably ulting the Darius in order for our Kog'Maw to kill him quickly. But I think I keep ulting Rammus, which was a mistake on my part. I was trying to get as much resistances as I could, but I should be focused on what targets need to die. Your team's pushing up. Like I said, they don't have Jinx, so they're probably not going to be able to take a turret. But here, I'm kind of overextending. Luckily, Braum doesn't hit that Q. Our Renekton's top, so we would be fighting a 4v5 at, or yeah, 4v5 at best. But here, I know that I can beat Darius in a fight, so I'm going to try and pressure him off of the Scuttle Crab. But then, as you see, I didn't have sight of their teammates anywhere, so it was kind of risky for me to be doing this. Luckily, 2 of them backed, so I was safe, but overall, that was kind of greedy, and if I had died, it would have meant that they were getting a Baron immediately afterwards. So I'm going to clear my jungle again. I don't think I've cleared my Croaks in forever, but doesn't matter because I don't have the time to. And then, alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, I should have smited my... Yeah, I should have smited my Raptors so that I would have known this ward was here. And since and then Thresh started to clear the ward, so that too should have told me there was a ward there, and they probably know that I'm here, which obviously they did. And Annie has her stun up, and she's about to lay Tibbers on me. You might have already heard it. Braum's gonna hit his Q. Rammus is coming in with a taunt. I don't have a cleanse or anything, so I think I just die here for not respecting the ward that's always in this bush. I should have known it was there. Rammus hits a good taunt as soon as I take the lantern, so I have to turn around after I land, and then Braum ults and I'm dead. So what I could have done better there is, 1, you want to always smite Raptors when it's such a close game as this, and 2, should have been watching Thresh and respected the red trinket. But Darius is still bottom, so my team is actually able to turn this fight around since Braum and Annie both ulted me. Those are pretty big team fighting ults, and they don't have them. But that being said, the Jinx was getting away with little HP, and Renekton got kind of greedy for it. And when we saw that Renekton wasn't going to get it, Kog'Maw should have left too, but Kog'Maw actually flashed in, and unfortunately that is where the Annie happened to stun at that time, and then Kog'Maw died for it. So here, Darius' bot. Like I said before, Darius can't really fight me in a 1v1. My Vel'Koz did come and help me a little bit, but I don't think Darius' ult does. Alright, it does a maximum of 758, and we can rewind a little bit. I never actually hit 758 that whole time, right? I was close. I was really close, but I had my ult coming up. It does give you a lot of HP on usage. So, long story short, if I had my ult at the beginning, it wouldn't even been close. And my ult was coming up to where I would have probably lived either way. So the fact is, I can still fight Darius at this point, and I'm going to try to convince my team that I should split versus Darius. But the enemy team actually responds pretty much ideally to me trying to split by just grouping as 5. And Darius doesn't try to come fight me, unfortunately. So at that point, I should have started to group with my team, but as we're going to see, I spent a lot of time trying to split still, and it cost my team some objectives. But that's in the future. Right now we are grouping because Dragon is spawning, and we want to secure this Dragon to try to still work towards 5 Dragons. We've got 2, and the game's not that old yet. But here, alright, let's just talk about this. Right now, my troll pole, the Pillar of Ice, should be right here. What that'll do is actually stun Rammus against the wall, because if you don't know that, Pillar of Ice, it's a wall like Anivia's. Anivia's wall can do this too, and Azir's used to be able to. I don't know if they changed it to where it can't at all. But anyways, if you aim it just right, it's able to pin the target between one of the walls of Summoner's Rift and your man-made wall. And if I had done that, or even just diverted Rammus, it probably would have worked out better for our team. Jinx has a red buff, and she's already going to start applying it to Thresh, so Thresh is dead. Thresh is dead here no matter what. Kog'Maw starts to leave, and it would be best if I started to leave this way too, but I think we're going to try to stay around. Yeah, I ult the Rammus here, and then as you can see, that actually makes him pretty weak, and my team's almost able to kill him. But keyword there is that we were only almost able to kill him. Annie would have died if any of us had hit her, and then she uses her Zhonya's. I see that, and then I'm going to come over here and try to peel for Vel'Koz. But the problem with that is that me starting to peel for Vel'Koz means that Kog'Maw is going to die. So what I should have done is continued on with my team and made sure that Kog'Maw was safe, because I even said that earlier in this video. Kog'Maw is the most important member of our team at this point, just because he's a late game scaling AD carry. and Vel'Koz already got his ult off, so he's done. He can maybe get some more kills if he was fed, but for the most part he did his job, and now it's okay if he dies. But I come up here trying to peel. I did have a Braum stun on me, which unfortunately procced, and then since I got stunned there was no chance of me living. I think Annie ignited me, but that's not that important. And since I wasn't there to meet shield for Kog'Maw, Jinx is able to clean up everything, and we lose the fight pretty harshly. So overall, what I should have done is know that once I saw that Vel'Koz had used his ult, Kog'Maw is the most important person. If Vel'Koz's ult was up, then it could be debatable since our Kog'Maw is so far behind. But since Vel'Koz had already ulted, Kog'Maw was number one, and I didn't peel for him. So, whew, Dragon's back up. Our team should be focusing the Dragon. Their team's going to try to push even more. I think they actually get this turret because they have a Jinx. Yep. They get the turret, and then Annie made a really good call by going to the Dragon immediately. I didn't know that. We didn't have any vision. So I went down to try to contest the Dragon, but they both get away. And then our team goes to Baron, hopefully. We know they were low, and we know they just did Dragon, so we're going to start trying to do Baron. Alright, I don't know why my team... I guess our team was just scared. I should have made the call to do the Baron immediately, not stop and do the Gromp. But then here, Rammus is way out of place. I think Rammus died there because, yeah, he had home guard, and he just got out of his base a lot quicker than his team. But here, I'll actually talk about this team fight incomplete. Anyways, Rammus is out of place just because he got here so quick, and they didn't know that we were here since we were clearing their vision. And his team's just not going to be able to catch up. So we're able to catch the Rammus out. I think we do kill him. Yeah, if some hooks had hit there or some other skill shots, it might have been a little easier, but that's okay. My mistakes in this fight already, I placed my frozen domain way up here, and clearly the team fight's about to happen down here, so I'm not going to be in my W. My W was completely useless already. So I'm running down. I'm going to bite. No, who did I ult? I ulted Darius. Okay, I ulted Darius because it's going to give me... it's going to heal me based on his max health and give me some of his resistances, and obviously he has the most resistances out of these three. And I'm trying to force this fight, but I was really far up ahead. I don't think Kog'Maw was even auto-attacking anyone yet, and even if he was, Braum was blocking it, so I should have been hitting Braum too. It's better to focus fire the wrong target than it is to chase the right target, right? So I should have been focusing Braum here. Our Kog'Maw... My job in teamfights is not to dive their Darius like I'm doing right now. My job is to ult a target to make sure that Kog'Maw is able to kill them. But unfortunately, I'm going for the backline. I'm just soaking up damage right now. I get an Annual and a Braum ult to the face, but unfortunately, we're fighting in this little narrow cavern here. So that means that our whole team's going to get hit by the Braum and the Annual, and then that alone pretty much won them the fight. They have a Jinx, so she's able to clean up. Our Vel'Koz still does do a lot of damage, but... you know, it doesn't matter. They would have won that fight if they had respected Vel'Koz a little bit more, but even though they didn't, Annie still wins this 1v1 straight up against Vel'Koz unless he somehow hits his E, but that's pretty unlikely. So overall, we're going to have to leave it there. What I did wrong there was force the fight onto Darius and not peel for Kog'Maw, and I forced the fight in a really bad area. We shouldn't be fighting here versus a full AoE team comp. We should be trying to fight out in a lane where we have plenty of space to move out and not get hit by all their abilities. So, go ahead and speed it back up. Right now, they're really ahead in kills, but as you saw, that team fight could have gone either way, just depending on where it was fought. So we're not, even though it's looking grim, our team can still win this. It just depends on pretty much what mistakes happen here. But here I'm going to smite my Raptors, thankfully, so I do know if they see me anywhere. They don't see me right now. And then I'm heading top. The reason I'm heading top is because, like I said earlier, I know I can 1v1 Darius. And I'm trying to bait Darius up because he probably thought he could 1v1 me. Or so I thought. And I know that sounds kind of confusing. But basically, I expected Darius to be confident in his ability to kill me. And he played it smart, not over-aggressive. And you'll see what happens. I go top, and I'm pushing the wave. But my team's mid, and they actually catch the Braum. Okay, so they catch the Braum, and then I'm probably calling to do Baron right now, which we're going to head towards, and we're going to start. But the thing about this was, well, Renekton had TP. Renekton's going to be coming back, but we see Rammus here, And since we are able to see Rammus, we also see Annie coming up and his whole team back here. At this point, we should have stopped the Baron, but the Baron was under 5,000 life, so I thought we could finish it. So I'm going to keep doing the Baron. I knock away the Rammus, and me and the Kog'Maw are going to do the Baron. I do manage to secure the Baron, but here I ult the Rammus, and I think I'm going to try to get onto the Jinx. Yeah, okay, so I did all of that right. The Jinx flashes away from me. And then here the fight's looking pretty good for our team, alright? Even though it's 2 deaths for 2 deaths, and Kog'Maw's going to die here. Only way Kog'Maw might have lived is if he had came my way instead of going into the pit, but he was dead, and me and Vel'Koz should be able to get out of it. So I think we do, yeah, and unfortunately, they win the champion trade, like if you're just trading champions, but we did get the Baron, so really that wasn't terrible for our team. Could have gone better if I had... Okay, here Annie just gets out of place, so I come up to make sure that she dies, and now we have Baron on 2 people, and Annie's dead for 20 seconds. That means that we should be bot taking this turret right now. I should be bot lane, not doing Gromp. Don't know why I was doing Gromp. And I'm recalling. I probably could have afforded something, but we do manage to get the turret anyways, and my team's going to catch out this Jinx. This Jinx was really out of place. That's actually kind of surprising that she did that. So now, once again, we got 45 seconds of them not having a champion. But I went top, and I went top because we have Baron, and I know that I can take a turret. And here I'm actually telling my mid lane, or my team, that since they all went bot, because we have vision of all of them, even though Annie walked off site, we know that they're all here. I say you guys can just leave, because I'm going to be able to get a turret, which I am. If you didn't know, Trundle's a really powerful pusher, so I'm able to take that turret immediately. Unfortunately here, we didn't have sight of them. If I had known that nobody had recalled, and Jinx was spawning, then I might have kept going on that turret, but I tried to play it safe. I'm going to go ahead and back, and let's get it focused on me. And now I'm going bot. Dragon's up in a few seconds, and I want to try to secure this dragon. It's 2-2 right now, but the third dragon's actually pretty important. It's kind of an underrated dragon. Movement speed helps you get away from fights if you don't want to fight them, or chase down targets in the back line. But before we talk about dragon, or we're probably not going to talk about the dragon, here I'm going to try to get the Scuttle Crab with my Renekton, I think. Yeah. And then we know that Braum's here. We didn't know who else was here. We don't have vision of this. And they were good to dodge skill shots, but we have a pretty good idea. At this point, we know that Rammus is coming. I tried to pillar him to where he would be knocked back, but unfortunately I messed it up. And then I think I ulted him. I know I ulted somebody. Where did I ult? Pretty sure I ulted Rammus. Maybe I ulted Darius. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's not important. Alright, let me rewind it so I can actually talk about this team fight. So Rammus is going to come in. Thresh is flanking. Thresh does not need to be flanking right now. Thresh is not a flanking champion. If Renekton and Thresh had switched places, then it would have been almost a perfect team fight. But since Thresh is in the back, it's kind of weird. Here Rammus comes in, and I don't ult him. Unfortunately, we're doing the same mistake here that we did up here. As we're all fighting clumped up together, that just means Braum's going to hit a big ultimate, and Annie's going to hit a big ultimate. Annie actually flashes back to try to catch Vel'Koz. And at this point, Thresh is dead, and I think I was just trying to zone Darius off of our backline. But once again, like I said, it's better to focus the wrong target if everyone's doing it than to chase the right target. So here I should have left Darius alone and gone back to the Annie, but I was just trying to meat shield. But that just means I'm going to die, and then we're going to trade Annie for me. But since I'm dead, Jinx got her passive, and with her passive and red buff, that means she's going to be able to chase down everyone. And that's pretty much what happens. They catch everyone. I think Renekton does die here, yeah, because Darius did a good job cutting him off. And basically, all that amounts to is what I should have done is been focusing the Annie in the team fight, and maybe ulting the Jinx so that we could kill her really quickly, but as you know, none of that happened. And alright, they're gonna get this dragon, and then Baron is not long. Baron's pretty soon. I went top, and as you see, they pinged me. I have a huge amount of wave clear because I do have a Titanic Hydra. So I'm just pushing. I'm really hoping that Darius is gonna come because I'm actually playing kind of desperately here since we're losing so badly. But as you can see, I didn't have any wards, and Darius definitely wasn't coming. I didn't see him in lane. So after I cleared that first wave, I should have left it, but I stayed greedy. I pushed another wave, and then their whole team's here to stop me. Um, Nothing I can do at this point. It's a Rammus and an Annie, so I'm gonna go ahead and die. I do what I can, but I'm already dead, and then now Baron's on the clock, 2 minutes. Me dying there actually really hurts our team. I think their team might be able to get an inhib off of that. So overall, I should have respected their team comp and maybe bought some wards and placed them, or bought a different trinket. I still had red trinket here, but honestly, that's another thing. I wasn't using red trinket at all. I should have traded it out for either an upgraded yellow or an upgraded yellow pink trinket. But anyways, that's how the cookie crumbles. And then they're up here taking our turret. I think they're going to take the turret and the inhibitor. Yep. Alright. And then I'm back up. We can kill someone if I can catch them, but it's not going to happen. So I'm just going to have to leave them alone. Our team manages to kill the Annie somehow. I don't know what the Annie was doing. But what I need to be doing right now is pushing top a little bit, and that's securing some sight on Baron. But what I end up doing is running mid. Vel'Koz doesn't need my help wave clearing. And then running into the jungle, making sure they're not waiting for us. My wall, actually, though, it reveals sight, so I knew no one was in there, but then it just blocked me off, so it was a waste of time. I come down, and I think I'm calling for this Baron. This Baron call was wrong, as you can probably tell. Vel'Koz was out of place. I needed to be frontlining, not in the back hitting the Baron. And since we aggroed the Baron, Baron's going to help their team kill our team. And then I'm just kind of chasing Darius, but at this point, fight's over. Their team won it. They're going to just push in because they have 2 inhibs down, and then that's going to be the game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I know it's not that fun of a video because it's a why did I lose, not why did I win, but I did notice my mistakes. If I could summarize them right now, I overextended a few times without having any vision. I focused Darius in almost every team fight when I should have been focusing who my team was focusing in order to just get dangerous game and reduce the damage that their team's doing. So if we had killed Annie instantly, it would have gone a lot better. I never ulted, or I only got the Jinx in one team fight, and we actually ended up winning that team fight at the Baron, where we went 4 for 4, which was pretty good considering how behind we were. So I should have been either on Jinx or just peeling and fighting with my team. Don't overextend without vision, and I should have also focused on my bot lane a lot more early game. So thank you guys for watching. I know this video, like I said, wasn't the most fun since it was a loss, but I think later today I'm actually going to be uploading a different commentary. It's going to be my diamond promos. So the first game is a win, so you guys can look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.